I'm Dr. Nathan Thompson, author of Transformation 28 and creator of the T28 Challenge, here today with your 5-minute food for thought. Hey, today is about digestive problems, specifically leaky gut syndrome. And yes, leaky gut syndrome is a very real phenomenon. Hey, listen, people today are suffering with issues like depression, anxiety, poor sleep, chronic fatigue, thyroid issues, allergies, sinus headaches, and asthma like never before. And all of these can be traced back to your gut or your gastrointestinal system. And yes, I know it sounds crazy, but here's why. Your gut is perhaps the second most important organ to take great care of, second only to the spine and nerve system. Now, the reason why is because your gut houses the body's second brain, also known as the enteric nerve system. Now, this collection of neurons is what's responsible for 95% of your serotonin production and 50% of your dopamine production. And it's also the home for over 3.5 pounds of beneficial bacteria that live inside your gut that help to provide for healthy digestion and healthy immune system function. So why is your gut and proper digestion and absorption so important? So here's 3 reasons. Number 1, the first reason is serotonin. Now, also known as the happy hormone, serotonin helps regulate mood and promote restful sleep. So if you're feeling depressed, you have anxiety, or you have a hard time staying asleep at night, the problem could be due to a problem in your gut, and that affects how serotonin is actually produced. Now, the second reason is dopamine. Dopamine is the reward and motivation neurotransmitter. Now, dopamine is really what helps to get you out of bed, to help you feel alive, what motivates you throughout your day. And people with low dopamine often complain of having difficulty getting out of bed in the morning, even if they get a full night of sleep. They might have trouble starting tasks, or they crave foods that are designed to increase dopamine inside the body, like chocolate and bread. And remember, 50% is produced in the gut. The third reason you need to take great care of your gut is because of your microbiome. Now, your microbiome is the trillions of cells that live inside of your intestines that perform a host of beneficial functions, including regulating your immune system. And in fact, you have more bacteria in your intestines than you do have cells inside of your body. And when your microbiome gets disrupted by stress or poor food choices and even antibiotics, it can begin to damage the lining of your intestines, thereby causing large molecules to begin to leak into your blood. And these molecules can then begin to cause the immune system to go haywire, which then affects the body's ability to recognize foreign invaders versus your own tissues. Now, this is known as autoimmunity, and this can range from things like Crohn's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, MS, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, lupus, scleroderma, just to name a few. So you can see that taking care of the gut is really important for not only your physical health, but also for your mental health. So listen, you can repair this, and here's where to start. Now, before beginning the process to repair a leaky gut, I always recommend you get a test first. And a simple organic acids test can actually verify if in fact you do have a leaky gut, and it can help determine a targeted course of action. So you always want to test, and you never ever want to guess. But generally speaking, you want to do these 4 things. Number 1, you want to remove foods that damage and inflame the gut. Now, these include foods that come in a box, for example, and these foods are going to contain numerous chemicals and preservatives that the gut was never intended to digest and absorb. In addition, you want to remove all grains. I know it's tough, but what a lot of people don't realize is that all grains like corn, wheat, rice, oats, and barley, they all contain this protein called gluten. You also want to remove conventional milk and milk products because they can inflame the gut due to the fact that it's, number 1, pasteurized, and number 2, it contains a form of casein that can promote inflammation in people. And finally, you want to limit your antibiotic exposure as much as possible. Now listen, while I would never want to go back to the days before antibiotics, they should never ever be taken lightly. Now, antibiotics can not only kill the harmful bacteria, but they also kill the beneficial bacteria in your gut. And this is why people find that they suffer with other problems like digestive issues or yeast infections after the round of antibiotics. So number 2, you want to start beginning to nourish the gut. Now, eating fermented foods help produce lactic acid in the gut, and they provide a great environment for healthy bacteria to grow and thrive in your gastrointestinal system. And this can easily be done by slicing up vegetables as thinly as possible, putting it into celery juice to provide the medium, and cover it in a mason jar or a fermentation pot for 2 to 4 days and then you eat. And the third thing you want to do is you want to begin nourishing your brain. Remember, there's a connection between the gut and the brain, so we want to provide the brain with optimal fuel. Now, while I don't recommend a ketogenic diet for everyone, I found that this type of eating plan called the ketogenic diet is optimal for healing a leaky gut and also helping the brain. So simply stated, you should limit your carbs to prebiotic nutrients like spinach, kale, onions, and asparagus. You want to eat moderate amounts of protein that includes things like grass-fed beef, cage-free eggs and chicken, grass-fed whey, and you want to eat tons of healthy fats in the form of wild-caught fish, coconut oil, MCT oil, avocados and avocado oil, raw nuts, and pastured butter. So in addition, when you eat can be important too. So incorporating intermittent fasting, where you limit your food intake to a specific window in your day, can help to limit the stress in their digestive system as it begins the process of healing. And the last step is to supplement your gut. Now, specific probiotics that contain things like oregano, thyme, and lysozyme can actually help to kill off any overgrowth of harmful bacteria, and it helps the gut to recolonize with healthy bacteria. In addition, vitamin D, fish oil, and magnesium will help the digestive system function better, but also taking 5-HTP, which is the precursor to serotonin, will help regulate mood and help to regulate sleep. But there's still one more that almost everyone misses, and that's called L-glutamine. Now, L-glutamine is an amino acid that has been found to repair the digestive lining, and it helps seal the gaps in your digestive system that otherwise let these large molecules leak through the gut into your bloodstream. Now, it takes 2 weeks for your digestive system to repair, so I recommend doing this for at least 4 weeks in order to help heal and seal that leaky gut. Now, people who have done this have found that they have more energy, better immune system function, better mood, better sleep, and actually a whole heck of a lot less pain. So if you want to learn more about this, then join me for my next upcoming event, Gut Check, where I'll show you all of this and even more on how to fix your gut and enjoy your best health in years. And I'll even give you over 20 gut-friendly recipes for free when you attend this event. So registration for Gut Check is free, but listen, space is limited to the first 75 people who register, so I recommend registering right now. So this is Dr. Nathan Thompson with your 5-minute food for thought. Make sure you like, even better, share this with someone who is suffering with the symptoms of leaky gut, and we'll see you soon at the event.